Hello, welcome back. Today we are making one long ravioli. We're gonna make our own fresh pasta dough. And then once we have that long ravioli, we are going to curl it up into what I can only describe as a long, spiky dragon tail. Maybe it's all that Game of Thrones I've been rewatching. And we are going to do it in the style of a dish that I had at a restaurant in New York called Missy. The pasta that I love from them is called oki. It's this beautiful, round, pillowy ravioli filled with ricotta with this lemony butter sauce and topped with bottarga. All right, so first we have to make our dough. I've already measured out some 00 flour, which is a super fine flour, but you can use all-purpose, and some semolina flour. I'm gonna kind of push all of that flour around to the outside of the bowl, and we're gonna put our eggs in the center. So to start, we're just gonna whisk our eggs with a fork. Once our eggs are whisked up, we are going to slowly start incorporating some of the flour from the inside of that well. So we'll just keep doing this, whisking the little bit of flour in at a time until we've got a fairly thick, eggy, floury paste. At which point we can start folding the remaining flour over top of the egg mixture. We're gonna just keep turning the bowl and folding, keep turning the bowl and folding until we've got a shaggy looking dough ball. So now we are going to take this shaggy dough ball, we are going to set it down on either a wooden cutting board, a countertop, any non-stick surface, lightly flour that surface, which I forgot to do at the beginning. And don't worry about any of those dry bits that you couldn't get to stick to your shaggy dough ball, just discard those. So to knead, we are going to stretch the dough away from us and then fold it back in on itself. You can hear my face. Then we're gonna turn and do the same thing again, making sure to keep that seam side up. We have a pretty looking dough ball on one side and not so pretty on the other. We're gonna do this for about 5 to 10 minutes until the dough is smooth and it springs back when you poke it. Once your dough is kneaded, we're just gonna wrap it in some plastic wrap and let it chill on the counter for about 30 minutes or so to rest. So we're using full fat ricotta cheese. I've also put a little paper towel on the bottom of the container just to soak up any extra moisture that might be in there. Next, we're adding mascarpone cheese, basically an Italian style cream cheese with a little less tang. I think we need a bigger boat. Now just adding some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. We're gonna get this started first because it is overloaded in here, and hopefully we'll be able to fit more in. We're gonna have to use something else. All right, so I'm just gonna take some of this out because I really don't feel like dirtying another appliance. And then we're gonna add the basil and the lemon zest in, and then I'm just gonna stir it all up in this bowl. All right, fingers crossed. I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt now too. All right, Sherry's coming in hot with some mint. I will take you there, I will take you. So I recently took a private ravioli making class with Meryl Feinstein of Pasta Social Club on IG. I found out she worked at a couple amazing pasta restaurants in New York City, including Missy. Honestly, I felt starstruck. So grateful to be taught by someone like Meryl. Also a quick shout out to Burnt Butter Table as well for the inspo behind one long spiral ravioli. I don't have a piping bag and you really don't need one. I use a large Ziploc bag. Just add the filling, move it to one corner, close the bag almost all the way, and then when we're ready to pipe, we'll snip the end off, and voila, makeshift piping bag. Okay, so our dough has been resting at room temp for about 30 minutes. Now it's time to roll it out. I'm gonna use about 1/3 of the dough, just wrap the rest back up in plastic wrap to keep it from drying out. Before we put the dough through the pasta machine though, we need to press it down into a thin oval so that it actually fits into the widest setting of the pasta machine. After the first pass through, we'll fold the ends in like a book to create a rectangular shape. Then we'll pass it through again at the widest setting. For me, that's an 8, and then pass it through at every other setting except the last. Uno más. Just adding a little flour under the dough so it doesn't stick. Don't go crazy with the flour. Also giving her a little mist so she doesn't dry out. Now it's time to pipe and form. When you fold the dough over, try and get any air pockets out before you seal. We want full, plump ravioli, not airy ravioli. Make sure you don't trim the ravioli too close to where the filling is, and put a decent amount of pressure on it when you roll too. I'm adding a little flour to the top at this point so that when I roll it up, it doesn't stick together, and slowly roll it into a spiral, AKA dragon tail. A bench scraper is super helpful with this and with pasta making in general. It's not bad, right? Hope it doesn't fall apart while we cook it. Oh my. Why? All right, now it's time to make this emulsified lemon butter sauce, which may have stressed me out more than making the pasta itself. Mostly because timing is super important, and apparently it's temperamental to boot. It's deceiving because it's really simple otherwise. You just add butter to a pan. When it sizzles, add a squirt of lemon while whisking, then add pasta water while whisking again. A big tip here is not to let the sauce get too hot or it will separate. The ravioli, on the other hand, was deceptively easy to cook. I just lowered it into the pot with a spider strainer, used the strainer to keep it submerged, and to my delight, it kept its shape while cooking and was easy to scoop out. The shallower pan helped too. I added the ravioli directly to the saucepan to cook another half a minute longer or so and soak up a little bit more of the sauce. Then I reserved some sauce before plating, topping with more sauce, some batarga, and some fresh basil. I really did it. Man. So there you have it. One long ravioli that looks like a dragon tail. Let's see how it is. I know it's gonna be good. I don't want to cut into it, but I have to. Oh yeah. Oh. Lemon and those herbs go incredibly well together. They also go incredibly well with all of those cheeses. Super simple flavor combinations that just really deliver. No. One thing I'll say is every time you cut it, some of the filling pops out the other end. I guess maybe that can happen with a regular ravioli too, but probably less often. I want to try to just bite it right at the end. Oh my gosh. The lemon zest. I just love lemon in general. You can't really add lemon juice to the filling because you don't want to thin it out, but lemon zest just gives all of that wonderful lemony essence, and then you get the lemon juice, a little bit of it anyways, in the sauce. Extra sauce, always, always. Oh, dang it. I like that as you eat it, you have to twirl the plate. It's like an interactive experience. Clearly it doesn't take much to amuse me. All right guys, this is my last bite. Pretty sure Butters is eating Oliver's food again. You know what you're doing. Yeah, go look at your other bowl like you're gonna eat it. You're not. So predictable. Last bite, I gotta share some with the fam. The excitement has been mounting about this ravioli. I'm so happy.
Obviously it tastes amazing, but I can't tell you how happy I am that I'm finished with this video. More relieved than anything else that I was able to pull it off, because I really wasn't sure. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today. Links to the recipe will be in the description of the video. Thank you again to Meryl Feinstein for teaching me how to make fresh pasta, and to Burnt Butter Table. Whether you decide to make one long ravioli or a bunch of small ones, I highly recommend this filling and sauce combo. It's just delicious. I will say that if you're going to make this, do not, I repeat, do not put it in the refrigerator for an extended period of time, or maybe at all. The first batch that I made, I ruined. I put it in the fridge overnight, and the pasta dough just soaked up all of the moisture from the filling, making it really wet and delicate, and it just fully broke when I tried to boil it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed watching me try to make this pasta. I hope that you guys are gonna try to make it at home yourselves. I just really appreciate you guys coming and taking some time out of your day to spend with me. It means so much. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next time. Oh my. Why? Oh my god. Oh, it's done. That's a wrap.